Hi guys. So having discussed the content of style guide, we will now look at their purpose and how to choose a style manual for your paper. So what is the purpose of a style manual? As I mentioned earlier, a style manual provides the writing rules for this particular academic discipline. When you follow those rules, you can produce a work whose form is recognizable by other readers in the discipline. When all members of a discipline write professional article in a common way or a common form, they can more easily understand one another. Hence, the style manual helps to keep the members of a discipline in touch with one another. Following the style manual will cause you to present your paper in a consistent and readable form. Each manual will include information such as how wide your margin should be, how to present your tables or illustrations, or how to cite your research within the text of the paper, what to document, how to abbreviate, and whether to write numbers as words or figures, and so on. The manual will also explain how and when to make title pages and how to write headings within your paper. For example, if you have several sections in the main body of your paper, you may want to put a heading before each section. Isn't so? Hence, the style manual will tell you whether to capitalize that heading or whether to center it. When you use a style manual, your writing style will be consistent throughout your paper. That is what is required, right? It will also be understandable to the reader because your reader will also be a scholar who knows these standards. Remember that your style manual fundamentally is used to locate rules about how to present the form and shape of your paper. However, some style manuals include sections about how to approach the subject matter of your paper as well. Those sections often review on how to select a topic, use a library, compile a bibliography, and also take notes. Although these sections are not exhaustive, they may provide enough guidance for you to get started on your research paper. Usually, you will not use the manual to create the ideas in your paper. You will use it to determine its form. Because you concern yourself with form after you generate content. You may not consult the style manual until you reach the final drafts of your paper. If you try to make your rough drafts conform to your style manual, you may slow down your creative process and it begins interrupting with your good thought process as well. Hence, if you're writing your first research paper, remember that and never have used a style manual before. Wait until you reach a large stages of writing before you consult one rule of form. At that point, you will be ready to discover how to write headings, present numbers, create bibliographies, and so on. If, however, you are writing a thesis or a long research paper, you may want to consult the style manual earlier so that you do not have to rewrite parts of your paper again. For example, if you consult the manual for bibliographic form, you can record your sources correctly as you go. This is what we call it as cite while you write. And we will look at this concept practically by using Mendeley as well. Usually, graduate students will do themselves a favor by using a single style manual consistently throughout their work so that they can become familiar with the style requirements before they begin their thesis or project work. So, this is all about the purpose of style manual. So, now having studied the purpose of a style manual, the next question is, how do I choose a style manual for my research paper? Note that it is important to select a style manual according to your purpose. For instance, if you are writing an article for an academic journal, select the style used by that particular journal. Or if you are writing for a professor, ask his or her preference. In generally speaking, if you are writing behavioral, scientific or social science research, use APA style. Or if you're writing for artistic or humanistic work, use MLA style guide. So always keep in mind that these are not the only two style guides available. You may select the style that best fits your preferences and those of your readers as well.